Look, right now, I got the AC blowing, and I'm not turning the AC off until there's people in here. So if you are watching this later, it might sound loud right now. It's gonna get quiet when people get in here, but I'm not trying to sweat until there's actually people on the stream. So yeah, no, yeah, no. It's hot. The AC feels good. All right. Quinn, what's popping, bro? I'll turn the AC off. What you doing on a Friday night, bro? I'll turn that off. I'm good, man. I'm chilling. Not doing nothing. Just hanging out at the house. What are you doing? Why are you on YouTube on a Friday night, bro? Actually, go to work. Oh man, I don't know. It's hot without the AC. I don't know if I can do this tonight. This is not how I planned it. You're about to have dinner with your family or by yourself? Bro, it's cooking. I I'm gonna be sweating. Horrible idea. Yeah, you can support your husband. You're gonna have dinner with your family. What y'all about to eat, bro? Are you about to eat some steak? I heard y'all cook the best steaks in the world, bro. I need to go to Argentina so I can get a steak. That's what I want. Phil, what you on, bro? You running today or not? Their cooking method is great. What you know about their cooking method? You'll eat some fries with some roast beef. Actually, roast beef or steak? Cause you're kind of killing my vibe, bro. I was thinking of you eating steak, and I was like, oof, steak's good. Roast beef doesn't sound as good as steak. You know how to prepare meats, no pause. Gay. Right now, I'm googling is roast beef good in Argentina. I feel like roast beef over there is not like our roast beef. I think that's what the disconnect is. Because this roast beef that I'm looking at, it looks more like a steak. Our roast beef is nasty, and I would never want to eat it. Yeah, this is basically steak. Oh, okay, yeah, bro. I was about to say this is not what roast beef is here. Okay, you're eating steak. So all right, we're back on track. The vibes are good. Let's see. All right, but what way did they prepare it? How's your mom or your dad cooking it? Nah, bro, it's not the same. If you just type in American roast beef on your Google one day, you're gonna be like, oh no, this is not the same thing. Aguja, aguja, el vino tinto, deshuesada. That looks good. All the roast beef I'm seeing on here looks like what we just say steak. People just say steak for everything here, I guess. Yeah, nah, yeah, Phil, it's not the same. Roast beef here is if you told someone you were eating roast beef for dinner, they would be like probably concerned, like, what's going on in your house, bro? Why are you eating roast beef? I feel like it's just like some old people stuff, bro. I don't know anybody that's like, ooh, I want some roast beef. You need some help? Nah, for real. It's definitely different. Oh, I just saw you say you were supposed to run, but it's raining. That's how you know you're getting old, bro. 18-year-old Phil, 21-year-old Phil, you'd have been running in the rain. Quinn, if you're still here, look at what Axa said. But Axa, I think they do. I think that's what I'm saying. Like, what he's calling roast beef is not what we would call roast beef. I don't even know how to describe what our roast beef is. I mean, obviously it's roast beef, but no, you never ran in the rain, bro. Why do you have to wake up at 5 to run? Like, you're not on a team. You could just run whenever you want to. It's Saturday, bro. You are on a team? Really? This guy. This guy. I was like, what team are you on? That's fair. That's probably worse than a team, to be honest. That's worse than a team. You ain't gonna have time if you don't. That's what I'm worried about with kids, bro. Like, one day in the future, I'm gonna have to make some space for another being. And I might have to throw him out the window if he's messing up my workout time. You know what I'm saying? Like, a little accidental fall, a little Michael Jackson over the balcony type thing. You know what I'm saying? I think Quinn went to dinner, y'all. Actually, you don't know Quinn, but Quinn is like 14 years old. So if his mom called him downstairs, he had to go. I work at a gym now. Who's to say I'm gonna do that forever? You know, you go where the money goes. I would like to stay in the gym, but if I get like, if somebody gave me like double the pay and they're like, I want you to manage this, I'll be like, all right, I guess. Your internet stopped working, bro. What's going on in Argentina? I just read an article that said inflation was so bad there that people are like selling all their coins right now. Is that true? Pretty sure y'all are not on the level of Venezuela, but I literally just read the article on Twitter. I can't remember exactly what it said, but um, the one about Venezuela said the currency was less than it cost to make the coin. I think I said that right. So it's worth nothing at all, basically. Um, I know y'all are not in that situation, but I heard the inflation in Argentina was crazy right now. You are 14 years old, so I don't know how much you know about that stuff exactly, but you seem pretty smart, so you might know. I really don't know that much about inflation, to be honest. All I could tell you is that our groceries cost more. Let's see. Argentina inflation. There are different problems. What does that mean? Argentina raises interest rate to 97% as it struggles to tackle inflation. Inflation in Argentina leaves families struggling to feed themselves. Not Quinn. Quinn's eating roast beef, baby. He's good. Zero capacity to save. Argentina buckles as inflation tops 104%. Oh, bro, what's going on over there? I'm gonna click on this MSN article to get a little more educated. The highest level since the early 1990s, and currently, Venezuela and Zimbabwe are the only two countries experiencing higher inflation than Argentina. That's not good. The dollar here is 500 pesos. That's not that bad. Because in Colombia, it's like 5,000, bro. Ooh, and you'll have a presidential election in October, bro. Oh, it's about to get crazy there. The feeling is that the government is completely losing it against inflation. Huh. What are people saying there, bro? Are people scared or are they like, whatever? The ticket with the highest value is worth $2. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what that means, bro. The ticket with the highest value. Ticket for what? My bad. Why you say my bad, bro? Oh, you got the word wrong? No problem, bro. Language is hard, dog. What happens a lot is that there's a lot of synonyms in English that don't mean the same thing. It's like they're very similar, but depending on the context, you'll just be like completely off, which is, you know, nothing you can really do about it besides just experiment. So what was the right word? If you want, you could Say it in Spanish. Planet Mula, Mr. Temper. What's up, bro? How you doing, man? Another night on the live. Yeah, Quinn, if you ever feel like you don't know if you're saying something right, but you just want to, obviously, like you want to speak in English, right? Just put it in English and then put the Spanish right after it, and I'll just look at both of them, and I could probably tell you what you were trying to say. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. Huh. What is my email? My login information is incorrect. I ever had a back injury from lifting weights? No, not anything serious, anyways. If you don't know, which I assume you don't, I was born with a pretty severe case of scoliosis, so lifting only helps my back. Um, there's really nothing that lifting is gonna do that is gonna hurt my back, to be honest. It can only help it. Why can't I think of my password? Is what the I have to give up on that for now. You meant the bill. So let's insert that back into the sentence. The bill with the highest value is worth $2. Okay. So you have a $1,000 bill, or I guess like 1,000 peso bill. Billete. What's my opinion on Mass Gainer? I mean, everything is dependent on the situation, right? I'm just not a huge fan of doing extra stuff. Like, I feel like you need to eat food. So, you know, you should eat food. I would say, like, why do you need to gain weight so bad that you need to drink like a shake that has 2,000 calories in it or something? Stomach gonna be all bloated. Probably gonna spend at least 4 hours on the toilet. You know what I mean? Like, just eat food, bro. Lift weights, eat food, take your time getting big. I'm not against Mass Gainer, but I'm not really for it. If you're poor like Phil was, it helps. That's true. Phil has actually told me that before, like in the past. And Phil, you can correct me or you can tell it yourself, but he maybe couldn't afford the food that he wants to eat. And he needs to get calories in because he was actually like training for a sport and trying to survive, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, that in that instance, in that context, that supplement stops him from getting hurt, um, like being malnourished and shit. So I'm like, yeah, that's probably a good idea. But for a regular person, probably not. The issue is buying more food is much more expensive than Mass Gainer. I feel you. I would say this though. I bet you don't have to buy more food and you can just buy some more food that's like calorically dense. You know what I mean? Like, I can't really say I was ever poor because my parents weren't poor. But I will say this: in college, I didn't have money. If I wanted money, I would have had to like ask my parents, which I didn't do most of the time, unless I couldn't pay my rent or something. But peanut butter jelly, ramen noodles, stuff like that. Even ramen noodles, they're really not like calorically dense like that. Like, I mean, kind of. One noodle packet might run you like 400, 500 calories, but peanut butter jelly though, bro, I used to just glob the jelly on there, glob the peanut butter on there, put some honey on there. I would have like what's the bread called? It's called like honey wheat or something like that. It's almost white bread, but it's like wheat, but it's like sweet wheat bread. Bro, one of those sandwiches was probably 500 calories, and I would eat like three in one sitting, and I would eat ramen noodles on top of that. Eat a burger. There you go. Axel's probably not gonna do this for you for free, but she was, or I guess you could say is, too, a health educator. She helped people with diabetes and stuff like that, and she would help them with their food and shit. Like she knows a lot of stuff about nutrition. So if she says eat a burger, it's probably a good idea. Quinn says, "Have I experienced the price increase of something?" Of something, bro, not something. Everything. Everything is more expensive. Gasoline is up. Food is up, bro. Eggs. I don't know how much eggs cost in Argentina, but you don't want to buy them here. They cost a lot of money. Everything is more expensive. You said yours goes up every month. I don't really have a time frame for ours. I can't say it goes up every month. It's just you just look up and you're like, what the like when did this start costing this? Just little stuff, bro. Like I just remember being a kid. I like paydays. If you don't know what a payday is, it's a candy bar and it's like peanuts and caramel, whatever. I used to get paydays for no lie, like 50 cents. 50 cents, bro. Bro, I grabbed a payday the day before I went to the gym, and I was like, how is a candy bar $2, bro? This doesn't even make sense. Like, this is insane, bro. Like, how can you, like, nah, bro. I was like, this must be on the wrong shelf or something. I'm like, when did the price even jump up? Like, was it so slow that I didn't know that it was going like 95 cents, $1.30, $1.60? Or did they just like say, like, oh, they're not gonna notice, just put $2 on there? Because I don't remember paydays costing more than $1, bro. So the fact that they were almost $2, I was like, I kind of didn't want it anymore, but I had already picked it up, and I eat paydays like every day. So our expenses went up 1.5K over the course of 2 months in the beginning of 2021. Well, yeah, I mean that was, yeah, I mean inflation. Yeah, ours isn't like so much steady here, Quinn. It just like happens and real fast too. Like you could pay $3 for gas, and like literally the next week, it'll just jump up to like $4.50, and you're like, what in the world? And then it might be like around there for a while, and then you look again, and it's like $5.01, and like or yeah, whatever, 5.1. Um, 60 pack. I didn't even know there was a 60 pack of eggs, bro. That's how you know you're making good money now, bro. Who gets a 60 pack of eggs? Are you eating like 10 eggs a day, bro? Do I spend a week lifting one weight before moving up, or how much time do you give? That's a complex question. Like me and you are not in the same. Um, we're not in the same place. Like the more advanced you get, the heavier weights you lift, you're not gonna be able to do the same thing as someone that just started. If you just started, you will be able to lift 10 pounds today. Next week you could lift 15 pounds, and you can like keep doing that for a really long time. Once you get strong enough, it's like you train 16 weeks and hope that you lift 5 more pounds. Probably not. Maybe 1 more pound. Maybe get weaker and like, what did I do wrong? And start all over again. So, not quite the same. But if it's a basic exercise or like the exercise that I normally do, then yeah, like I lift it. The next week, I either lift more weight or I do more work. Not necessarily more weight, just doing more. 5 dozen. He has a family. Man, I don't care. That's a lot of eggs. I honestly, I'm just thinking of what a 60 pack looks like. Like, I'm trying to think of like you gotta pick it up like this, or like I gotta look up a 60 pack. X'd out, bro. I'm not gonna be able to see it. I'm on my phone. 60 pack. This shit don't even pop up on Google. That's how you know nobody's doing it, bro. 60 pack of not batteries, not beer, not diapers, but eggs. Bro, what? This joint's like the size of. It's like a box of printer paper, bro. Nah, that's crazy. I don't even know where you get that from, bro. That can't be in regular stores. It don't fit in half the carts. Okay, yeah. I'm like, bro, there's no way that this is a regular item at a store. Axel, you've never got a 60 pack of eggs in your life. Type in here that you've bought a 60 pack of eggs and don't lie. And you won't be able to. I know you've never bought a 60 pack of eggs. Like, stop. Stop it. You've never bought a 60 pack of eggs. And why you haven't brought a 60 pack of eggs home? Just lying. She about to say, well, I didn't buy it, but I saw it in there. Yeah, I bet. Are there things that people do in the gym that annoy me? Not really. I don't be paying attention to people in the gym. I just do my thing. Um, Quinn says, bruh. 6 kids and 2 parents, 8 people. But that doesn't change the fact that it's a 60 pack. That's crazy. That's not something that you see all the time. She really trying to act like they just be having 60 packs at the front of the store or something. Like, buy one, get one free. Like, nah, bro. They probably got two 60 packs in the whole store. And there ain't no way a 60 pack costs $15, bro. I don't believe that. Let me type 60 pack of eggs cost. This dude, he don't know, man. Let me tell you. Oh my god. Phil, where you getting this from? HEB or what? Oh, Kroger. Okay, let me go to Kroger. The fact that you just said you don't look, that's how I know it's not $15. Okay, large white egg, 60 count. My man Planet Moolah Vin right now. Hold on, I'm gonna look at that in a second. Oh hell no! Nah. What in the world? See, this is what's wrong with Washington, bro. Axel, what price do you think I'm looking at right now? What price do you think I'm looking at for a 60 count of white eggs? Don't look it up either. Just guess. Ah, Phil, you ruined it, bro. You ruined it. Bro, that's like how much a dozen costs here, bro. That is crazy. Damn, I might order some pizza right now. Oh, I can't. I'm on YouTube Live. See, Axa hasn't caught up yet. She typed can't be more than $20. It's $9 for 60 eggs. I gotta move out of Washington, bro. I'm sick of this for real. Insane. If that was the case, bro, I would just get the 60 pack of eggs and just eat egg omelets all week. I could save a lot of money like that. I don't like when people hog two machines at once or when they stand in front of the dumbbell rack doing their set. Uh, I feel that. I mean, you could just ask them, can you use the machine with them? Like, if they don't know someone wants to use the machine, then they probably don't think they're hogging it. They probably just think they're using two machines. As far as standing in front of the dumbbell rack, depending on what weight the dumbbell is, bro, it really sucks. Like if you got like the hundreds, the 120s or something, it's hard to pick those joints up and like walk somewhere with them. So like you got a limited amount of energy, and you're like, I need to do this like right here, right now. But like if you're doing something like very manageable, like 10 pounds or something, and you're just like in the mirror, just like that is kind of annoying, especially like you're like trying to put yours up and they're on the way, and you're like, oh, excuse me. And they got headphones on so they don't move out the way. I know that feeling. If salad was on sale, I'd get that. Yeah, man. You kind of just depressed me, bro. I'm sure you're gonna depress Axa too. We just have to wait for her to hear it or see it and reply. But the fact that she said it can't be more than $20 lets you know that she was thinking, 15 to 20. She was not thinking $9. I can guarantee you that. So like, what do the smaller ones cost? Now I have to look that up, bro. Like, what if I just want like 12 eggs? Maybe you just get a super deal for buying 60 for some reason. All right, let's see. 12 count. $1. $1 for 12 eggs? Nah, bro, this is insane. I've been here for so long, bro. My idea of prices is distorted. Like this is crazy. Yeah, Axa, one carton is $6 here. It's $1. It's $1 in Texas for 12 eggs. I'm very sad. It was really like 1.99, so $2. $2. So can't be WA prices. No, it's not WA prices. It's not Washington. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, okay, now no, Phil, everything's making sense now. Yes. If it was $9, it makes perfect sense to get 60 eggs, bro. Oh my god. Crazy, man. Crazy. I'm kinda upset, bro. Do I have any phobias? Um I think there's like things that I don't want to be around, like crocodiles. But I wouldn't say it's a phobia. I'm not like scared of a crocodile breaking down my door right now. I'm not gonna go into the Nile River and swim with them. I don't think I have any like crazy phobias where I'm like I can't be around this thing. I wouldn't want to, but give me enough money, I might. Man, that's crazy, bro. You have upset me. You have upset me. Can I ask you a favor? Can you send my older brother a greeting in Spanish? He turns 16 years. Sure. When? Where? How? On here right now? What's his name? And can I call him Boludo? I sell you some for 11. Yeah, that's what I would do too, bro. Like, yo, I ship you some eggs, bro. That's crazy that like 11 is that's cheap here. If a crocodile broke down your door, you'll be more than pissed, bro. You'll be dead. Like, how did a crocodile get to your door, and how did it break it down? That means it's evolved. It's coming for your life. Benjamin, Benjamin. But like, is he watching? Is he gonna hear me say it, or do you just want me to say it and you're gonna show him later? Do you want me to say a special message, or do you just want me to just tell him happy birthday? Yeah, like why is a crocodile at your door? What did you do to crocodiles, bro? What reptile did you hurt? Bro, I want to turn the AC on so bad, but it's too loud. But I can't lie, bro. I'm cooking a little bit. Hold on, bro. Fast. Just gonna take a breath of fresh air. It wasn't really that fresh. I just wanted to feel the breeze. Yo, if y'all had to fight one animal from the real wild, like Africa, the South, like some rainforest in South America, anywhere like that's not like a house cat or like a wild cat, something like that. Like no, not nothing in North America. If y'all had to fight an animal and win, what animal are you choosing? What animal do you think you could take? Okay, mando saludos a Benjamin. Feliz cumpleaños, boludo, pelotudo. Oh, I need another one. I don't have another one. La concha de tu madre. La concha de tu hermana. No, pero feliz cumpleaños. I think I could take a bald eagle. I don't think you can. Like, is this a grounded bald eagle that can't fly, or because if it can fly, bro, you don't have a chance. Then I, bro. I'm picking a shovel to dig my own grave. That's a good answer. All right. I got a better question because you're not winning against the animal. Let's do this. Well-known actors, and when I say well-known, something that like the chat, everyone in the chat probably knows. What well-known actor do you think you have a good chance with in a fight? Not actress either, because I know y'all gonna be like, I'm taking Betty White. Oh, rest in peace. Never mind. That's a horrible example. Let me think. I'm taking Julia Roberts. That's what y'all would have said. No, not actress. Actors. What actor do you think you have a chance of beating? Like if we had to set up the celebrity death match tomorrow, you don't get to train. You don't know. Bro, Joe Biden's not an actor unless that was a joke. If that was a joke, that was a good joke. But if it wasn't, he's not an actor. He's the president. I'm sweating, bro. But I would hope you could take Joe Biden. He barely can stand up by himself. So Joe Biden. I don't know why that's so funny. Like, why did you say Joe Biden? It's only funny because I know you're like dead serious, bro. You're like, yeah, I'll whoop Joe Biden ass for sure. I hope so. I don't know anything about you. You could be super small or something, and I still would pick you over Joe Biden, bro. I think you would win that fight. Jason Momoa, really? Bro, if you asking me about mass gainers, I don't think you could take him, bro. Pause. I'm trying to think of an actor, but that's killing me. Yeah, bro. That was legitimately funny. Like whether it was a joke or serious, it was still funny. Like regardless. Joe Byron. You're not taking Jason Momoa, bro. I'm gonna have to just call cap on that, bro. Like no. Let's pick someone else. The fact that you picked Jason Momoa, okay. Adrian Brody. I mean Howard Stern's not really an actor, is he? I don't consider him an actor, even though he might have been in a movie that I don't know about. Adrian Brody though, I don't know, man. He looks kind of scrappy, bro. He looks skinny, but he looks like one of those dudes that will be like, "Hey, man, don't put your hands on me. If you touch me, I'm gonna," and like you try to grab him, and he just like starts going crazy. Like, I don't know, bro. Adrian Brody, if that's how you even say his name, I don't even know, bro. That dude, he looks like he's ready to kill himself and you at any given moment. I personally would leave him alone. So, Kamara Usman from Black Panther. I mean, sure. My question made you realize that all actors are big. I don't think they're as big as you think they are. But again, I don't know. I don't know how big you are, pause. Like, yeah. Tom Cruise isn't. Tom Cruise is small, 155 pounds. But how tall are you though? Because that matters with 155 pounds. Oh, 5'11". I mean, it's not like you're 5'3", bro. You got some reach on a lot of them, bro. Like, you be alright. Yeah, it kind of just seems unfair, or they're fighters that have acting roles. Bro, y'all not thinking of like, I mean, I'm not saying y'all would beat them, but y'all are not thinking of people like, I can't even think of this dude's name. Jonah, what's his name? Jonah Hill or something like that? Jonah Hill, Denzel Washington. That dude's like 65, bro. No disrespect. I love Denzel Washington. I'm just saying, he probably could take him in a fight. What actor do I think I don't have a chance against? There's not a single actor that I don't have a chance against. If they're not a trained fighter, I'm whooping their ass. Like the only person, let me think. What actor have I seen that probably does combat sports and doesn't tell anybody? For instance, Michael B. Jordan. I know he like kind of took boxing seriously to get better at the Creed role. So I would imagine he could put up a good fight. The Rock, nah, dog. The Rock's too big, bro. He's too big. He's gonna gas in 30 seconds. I'm cooking The Rock, bro. Like if I had to fight him tomorrow, if it was pure boxing, I guess things would change if it was like MMA. I guess I'm thinking boxing in my head. Uh, but if I had to fight The Rock tomorrow, bro, and it was like your purse is $5 million if you win, and if you lose, you get nothing. I would take that fight because I would be like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna win. If I don't win, I will be really embarrassed. But The Rock is just big, bro. Like I'm smoking him. Denzel, Man on Fire. Have I seen it? Of course. I think I've seen all Denzel movies, to be honest. Unless he got some trash that I don't know about. I think I could slap Chris Rock pretty good. I guess, yeah, he's considered an actor. Yeah, I mean, we know he's not going to fight back. So if you lose to him, that's a problem. I mean, Russell Crowe was a banger back in the day. He used to fight all the time. Like, I guess that's somebody that could probably put up a good fight. The thing is, though, like when you know how to fight, it's kind of just not fair. Like, it's nothing you can even explain. Like, you would have to become good at fighting to know what I'm talking about. But like when I spar people that can't fight, like if they're beginners in boxing and stuff, it's literally like the Matrix, bro. It's like I'm watching their hand like do this, and I'm like, there's no way he thought he was gonna hit me with that. There's no way, like, or just like their reaction time to my punches. I'm like, why didn't he cover his face? I wasn't even actually trying to hit him, but I just assumed he was gonna block it instead of just like watching it punch him in the nose. I have to charge my phone. I'll be back in 10 minutes. We'll still be here, bro. Take your time. Do I think Jake Paul is a legit boxer? Yes. I don't really care for him as a person, and I know everyone likes to say he's not a boxer because they don't like him, but like the guy literally has professional fights, and people that don't have professional fights are like, he's not a real boxer because it is. It's like, bro, you're not a real boxer. Like, how? Like, what are you talking about? If you get in there and you fight, congrats, you're a boxer. Now, if you're asking me, do I think he's a very skillful boxer? No, I don't. I think he's very good compared to the average person that you're gonna see. I think if he's not fighting someone that actually boxes or that's trying to take boxing seriously, 99 out of 100 times he's gonna knock them out. Like any random dude, any maybe even up and comer, and like in his weight class, like he's smoking them. But people that are really taking boxing seriously, they're gonna beat him just because they've probably been doing it their whole lives or for a really long time, and he's been doing it for like what 4 years. Who I got between him and Nate Diaz, bro? Nate Diaz has CTE. He probably is gonna get knocked out in like, I'm not gonna say one punch because like he's one of those people that his brain is so damaged that it can't even shut off. You ever had like a phone that's like broken and like you trying to hit the power button or like your phone wants to reset but it's like so sketchy that it just won't, like it freezes but it won't turn off. That's how I feel like his brain is. So I feel like he could get like, and he would just not know where he was at, but he would still like have his hands up, like, and then he'll just do this, and then he'll slap Jake Paul, and we'll just be like, "What is going on?" But he can't. He's not a good boxer. I don't know where this narrative came from that he's a good boxer. Like, if Nate Diaz beat Jake Paul, I would say Jake Paul like actually needs to stop like completely. Like, there's no coming back from that. Like, no. I can't see any situation where Nate Diaz wins. And if he does, I will laugh for 24 hours straight. But no. Jake Paul should win that pretty easily and then pretend like he's a real boxer. Well, that's different though. If they had on boxing gloves, Connor would have whooped his ass. If they stood up the whole time, Connor would have whooped his ass. Nate Diaz is good at being scrappy. He is good at trying to find ways to win. He's just not a great boxer. So, yeah, he choked Connor out the first time. Like it's not like he knocked him out. I'm not gonna say I thought he was gonna beat Connor the first time, but I didn't think it would be outrageous if he won. I just didn't. I was like, let's see what happens. That would be funny if he beat Connor, and he did. I can't lie, man. These live streams, they're very fun. Like, it doesn't feel like I've been on here for 50 minutes. If I was put in a ring with John Jones, how long would I last? Are we talking about a boxing ring or are we talking about an octagon? Because if it's an octagon, I don't have a chance, bro. Like, I'm gonna have to punch him in the nuts. Yeah, it's 50 minutes. That's what I'm saying, bro. Today it's been cool, bro. I feel like we're just vibing out. I'm cheating, so yeah, exactly, bro. Like, yeah, I'm not about to try to wrestle with this dude, bro. Have you seen what he does to people, bro? Like, hell nah. Or I'm not trying to get kicked either, not in the face. I don't even know if you could get the illegal knee, bro, because you're gonna have to get into a situation where you could knee him illegally. So like, you have to not get KO'd before then. Like, he has too many weapons for me to try to fight him in the octagon. In the ring, he's still a lot bigger than me, but I feel like I could figure that puzzle out. Or at least like it would be a good fight. But in an octagon, bro, like what am I gonna do? Like I can't grapple like that. I'm okay just because I'm strong and I know a little bit, but it's just like I was saying about boxing earlier. When you're high level at something, doing stuff with beginners is just like, oh, is this guy serious? Like, he would probably sub me pretty easily, bro. Even when I like went to jujitsu, like shitty ass dudes would like not exactly sub me, but put me in positions where I just be like, this is not a good position to be in. And I'll just be like, I don't really have a way to get out of here. I can stop myself from getting subbed just off of like brute strength, but I'll just be like, I'm cooked. Like, if the time doesn't run out or someone doesn't say stop, like, I'm just gonna be stuck here forever. And that's the only thing about like a street fight. Boy, there's no refs. So if you can't fight, if you can't like box, and one of those dudes grabs you, bro, you're never getting out until they want to let you out, which is crazy. What intimidates me? Nothing intimidates me, bro. There's nothing to be intimidated about. What would intimidate? What intimidates you? Let's talk about it and talk about why it intimidates you. What's the reason to be intimidated? Shouldn't let stuff intimidate you, man. Yeah, exactly. It'll just kill me. That's how I feel about it. Like, either I can do something or I can't do it. But, like, if I can do it and I let it intimidate me, then I just ruin my own chances at doing it. If I can't do it and I let it intimidate me, now I just got scared about something I couldn't do anyways, bro. Like, why should I get scared? I just can't do it. I probably wouldn't get up in front of an auditorium and give a lecture. Why not? All right. There's two situations, or I should say there's two reasons why you wouldn't want to do that. One, you know a topic well and the people scare you, and I would say why. Like, you know the topic and they don't, bro. They want to hear about it. Two, you don't know the topic. In that case, I'll say, yeah, you shouldn't get up there and give a lecture because you don't know what you're talking about. But I don't think that's intimidating. You literally don't know what you're talking about. Like, you just shouldn't be up there. But why wouldn't you get up and give a lecture? Or even this, like, there's people that get, like, super frozen in front of a camera. Uh, but why? I don't even know you. I don't know if you're a real person, Planet Moolah. I believe you when you say you are, but you could be AI, bro. Imagine me getting intimidated and nervous about what you think, and then I find out you're a computer program. How crazy would that be? Or like this person, Lyco's family, Desty666, best YouTube shorts in the game. Lil Lico, best artist. You think this is a real person? Probably not. They could be. If they are, they'll probably respond to what I just said, and they'll say, "Hey, I am a real person." But they just keep commenting, "Lil Lico, best artist." I am real. Okay, why did you pick this to come and drop your name in? Like, what makes you think that the people in here care? Because this is not like a music YouTube. I guess you think if you keep commenting, we'll go check it out. We might. It's not a horrible strategy. You typed in live stream. I like it. I like the hustle. I might check your stuff out later just because you're hustling. But if it sucks, I'm gonna tell you it sucks. No, I'm not gonna play it live because one time I played music on here and got a copyright strike. You probably don't have music that would get me copyrighted, but let me see. Let me click on your page real fast, bro. If this shit sucks, I'm blocking you. If it doesn't suck, then cool. Hola, bro. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué hubo? ¿Qué más? Anger is inspiration. My music. Oh, hell nah, bro. You trying to set me up, bro. But I tell you what, though. I will listen to it. I got the tab pulled up. I will listen to it when I get off my stream. And if it's good, the next time I live stream, which will probably be tomorrow, I'll play it. But if I think it sucks, then I won't. No disrespect. I'll just be like, wasn't feeling it. But whatever, you still get an extra view from me. We're still talking about you right now, so it's working. So, congrats to you. Your hustling is paying off in some sense. I'm not that important, but it's still one extra person listening to your music. The only little rapper I liked was Lil Kim. Lil Kim's a legend, man. Planet Moolah asked, "Are you as good as Kevin Gates or Future?" I'm better than Yeet. I don't even know who that is, bro. I saw that dude's name like 3 times today. Everyone keeps saying, everyone keeps talking about him. I guess I need to listen. Better, way better. Phil's probably the only person in this chat that actually remembers that I did used to make music. So a long time ago. But that's actually why I have this channel now. Instead of using my old channel that has like 5,000 subscribers or something, I wanted it to be separate from like any music that I made in the past. But I mean, if you type like Quick Tempo into the search bar, I'm sure my music comes up. He's a psych hop auto tune artist. Interesting. I'm gonna have to. I don't know if I want to check him out. I haven't seen anyone that I care about say that they listen to him. That's the problem. It's a bunch of people on Twitter. They're like, "Oh man, like Yeet is this," but if he's that good, eventually I'll be forced to listen to him. So, hey, bro, is your name like Lico or Lyco? If it's Lico, just type Lee. If it's Lyco, type Lie. I remember you said you liked Immortal Technique. I did. I liked Immortal Technique when I was young. I mean, I don't even know if he still makes music, but that was one of those. Oh, it's Lyco. Okay, is that like Psycho? Why is your name Lyco? Um, yeah. When I was young, it was like trendy to like Immortal Technique, just because like his music was real different. I can't say it was trendy. Sorry, it was like rebelish. It's like, ah, man, y'all listen to that mainstream garbage. I'll be listening to Immortal Technique. Check out this track. It's called Dance with the Devil. And y'all both like sharing a little headphone. And you're like, just wait for this part, wait. And then his mom gets killed. Lyko is like a derivative word from Slovakia, which means mischievous. And low is for my height. How short are you, bro? But that's dope. I like it. Lil Lyko. Are you from Slovakia? Are your parents from Slovakia? 5'1". Okay, you can be Lil Lyko now. Did I like 3 6 Mafia? Of course. 3 6 Mafia is legendary, bro. Paul Wall, of course, bro. I'm from Texas. Paul Wall's like the coolest white dude ever, bro. I know Paul Wall freestyles, bro. From like, man, like back in the day. I mean, you probably don't know nothing about this, but like, color changing click, bro. Him, Chameleonaire, bro. I could spit some Paul Wall freestyles like word for word right now, but I'm not going to. I'm American, but I enjoy the culture. I respect it. Do you know how to speak their language? Have you ever thought about it? This is a language learning channel. Now we're talking, baby. Now we're talking. Da. If that's anything like Russian, I'm guessing you're saying yes. Привет. Sweet. Yeah, I don't know what you just said, Phil. I could put it in Google Translate, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna let my imagination wander. Oh shit, that wasn't Phil. My bad. I just saw Phil say "Privyet," and then I saw. Oh, so little Lyco said that. I mean, I wouldn't know if you were using if you like what words are supposed to have accents either. Anyway, so because I don't know the language. But no, I feel you. I do the same thing happens to me with Spanish. I can't type it on the keyboard because there's no accent marks unless there's a way that we don't know about. Oh wow! I just clicked something and I didn't even know this existed. Watch this, y'all. Hold on a second. Um, I don't know. Something should pop up for y'all if I did it right. Maybe. Let me know if it popped up for y'all. I don't know how this shit works. I've never seen it before. This is crazy. You can download keyboard. You can download keyboard extensions or something. I can't exactly remember, but it's specific to keyboards. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but like you said, you have to download it or you have to blah blah blah. It's not built into like YouTube. Like for my phone, obviously you just change your keyboard or add an extra language keyboard, but for the laptop, it's too much. Bro, now that there's a whole little menu that I've never seen before, bro. So there's a question and answer thing, but I mean, I just usually tell y'all to just ask me something in the chat, but maybe this is private, maybe it's anonymous. Y'all will have to y'all will have to let me know. It says list of questions, but I don't actually know how to find them. Or maybe I have to wait until you type it. Hey Phil, ask a question up in there just so I can see what happens when you do it. Might be a way to get some do I have a quick temper? I wonder, can I respond? Seleccionar. Okay, what happens when I click it? Okay. So basically, these questions pop up in a little question box for me, but it's not like I can do anything with them. I don't see how this would be any better than. What's the benefit of squat? 5x5 squat doing 2 sets of 10. Can y'all see the questions that y'all just asked in the chat, or they only go into this little question box? Because maybe that's the benefit of it. Oh, you can't see it. So the benefit would be that you can see both? Huh. That's interesting. So I don't know what the purpose of this would be. Yeah, but that's the thing. You're seeing the question he asked because he asked, "Do you have a quick temper?" So what I'm saying is, I think that's because I highlighted that. Let me see. Now that I closed it, can y'all still see it? Because I think, hold on, can y'all both ask one more thing so we can see if it pops up? I think if I don't click on the question, then it'll just show the question that I asked. And then I could technically either select these questions and then answer them, or I could not select the question. So like right now, both of y'all just asked another question. Can either of y'all see your own question or the other person's question? No. No. Okay. I'm going to select this question. Now, do you see the question, are you a woman? Yes. Okay. So I guess that makes sense. Instead of responding to random questions and maybe someone not following if they just clicked in, I could select a question from here and I would be responding to it and they would know what question I was responding to. I like it. But so like I said, I don't know what this looks like for y'all. Oh, you know what? Let me log into my other channel. I probably can do that. I was gonna say, I wonder, can you still? Yeah, you have to be able to still type in a regular chat because y'all are responding to me. I just need to see what it looks like for myself. I'm just trying to convince myself that there's some benefit to using this since I discovered it. Since I'm Christopher Columbus. Okay, click on my own live chat. Like my video from my page. Now I have an extra like. Okay. Am I learning a second language? Yes. I don't see that ask me something. Hmm. Interesting. I don't know. I don't actually see it. So that's weird. I see everything else, but I don't see ask me something. Maybe it's somewhere different. Where is it at for y'all on the screen? Is it in the chat? This is some bullsh. Oh, I see it now. Oh, I saw it for a second. Ask me something. Okay, I just asked myself a question. Alright, I see how it works now. Okay, we good. Alright, back to normal. Back to talking about nonsense. I might just leave that question up there. Nah, for real, let me get rid of both of these. Oh yeah, and then if I end it, it takes away all the questions. Interesting. All right, back to normal. All right, what were we talking about before that? Anyways, I totally forgot. Totally forgot. Don't want to talk about mindset. We can. Actually, we were kind of talking about that before when we were talking about being intimidated. That has to do with your mindset. It has to do with how you view yourself, how you view the world. To me, this is a bit of a generalization, but you kind of have to feel like other people are more important than you, or that what they think matters more than what you think to feel intimidated. Oh shit. Like I said, why shouldn't I give a speech? Why shouldn't I sit in front of you and talk? Everyone in this chat right now could just be like, bro, no one cares what you think about mindset. And I would just say, eat a dick. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I think about mindset. You're not more important than me. Go talk about it on your own channel if you think what I'm saying is wrong. So, why would I let you intimidate me? Why would I let you make me nervous? Why would I care? You're not my dad. You didn't raise me. I'm not like looking for any approval from you. So like you can't affect me. I can be grateful for you, but that's about it. How you stop procrastinating? I'm pretty sure I made a video about this, but you just gotta first you have to identify like why you're procrastinating because there's a bunch of different reasons that you could be procrastinating, but a lot of times like the shit's just not important to you, bro. And you have to make it important. So, what are you procrastinating on, first of all? If you tell me that, I probably could give you a more specific answer. Probably. Gonna hit the hay. Alright, bro. Be easy. Have fun on your run tomorrow. I'll talk to you before the fights. I'm probably about to get off here in the next 30 minutes. I don't know. The sleep starting to hit me. I think it's because the AC's off, so I'm like hot, falling asleep. You have a Spanish presentation on Monday. That's what you're procrastinating over. So, to me, the reason I procrastinate on stuff like that is because I think about the whole picture, right? Yeah, you have 1 month to do it. Like I said, for me, I think about everything that I have to do, and I'm like, oh God, like nah, I'm not trying to do that shit, man. I'll sit down and I'll do it all at some other time because it's so much stuff, or I know I'm gonna have to focus, and it's like, I'll do it later. But if you like actually like just break down the pieces of it and say like these are the 10 things I need to do, you'll be way more likely to knock out that first step. Just don't think about the whole thing. Just what is the first thing you need to do for this presentation if you haven't started it already. Or just think what is the next thing I need to do for this presentation and just say you're just going to do that thing and you probably won't procrastinate on it. Was I ever on Tinder? Yeah, I met my wife on Tinder, bro. What are my thoughts about online dating? Me and Nick actually talked about this last time. Um, if you're not a social person, it's kind of a necessity, bro. Like if you're not going out dancing every weekend, going to events, really kicking it, like how are you gonna meet people, bro? Like if you go to work and go home, the chances of you meeting the love of your life are slim, bro. You're literally not meeting new people, so how would you? So it's kind of necessary, but then again, like online dating also sucks. Like if you're not crazy handsome, or if there's not like something really special about you, it's gonna be hard to link up. But it's still like you gotta. It's the same as real life. Like if you're not crazy handsome, you still gotta like try to talk to girls, right? Or try to talk to whoever. You might not be into girls, but same shit. Like I said, it's kind of a necessity if you're not being super social. If you are being super social, you might not need it. But yeah, I don't really think I don't have anything against it. Obviously, like I said, I've met my wife on Tinder, so. So Nick, why are you watching my video instead of doing your Spanish presentation? And what is your Spanish presentation on? Like, what are you presenting? I don't know what the Seattle Freeze is, bro. I've heard people say that, but like, I don't actually know what it is. Is it like people being mean or what? I never go to Seattle either, so there's that. Nick didn't reply, so maybe he got off to do his Spanish presentation. That would be good. Instead of watching my video and procrastinating. It's hard for transplants to make friends in Seattle. Nah, I don't believe that. I think people probably don't want to bend to what other people are doing here. They might feel like that, but like, no way. Like, we made friends. Our dance instructor got here like a couple months ago from Colombia, and like, she's already got us to his friends. So, like, if you're doing stuff, you'll make friends. Like, but I think people just don't do stuff. I'm gonna start in 1 hour. Why in 1 hour? Bro, you could start doing it while you're listening to this video. You could even potentially get my help on it. I could fucking do some of the work for you, bro. What's the presentation on? How are my grades in high school and college? Very average. I went to a really prestigious college, but it wasn't because of my grades. It was because of my standardized testing scores and the fact that I was a good athlete. But ever since okay, when I went to school, I don't know how old you are, and I don't know when you went to school, but when I went to school, the rubrics would say like test 90%, homework 5%, attendance 5%. I would be like, why would I ever do homework? Okay, we're the same age. I would be like, why would I ever do homework? So I never did homework. So I would usually get like a 90 in my classes. I would like mainly get 100 on most of the tests and stuff like that. Literally never do a single piece of homework. Sometimes not go to class depending on what was going on. So I would mainly get, decent grades in high school. In college, no. In college, I barely passed everything. Barely. But I got my degree. That's all I care about. Wow, bro. Are you in a college Spanish course, bro? Why is it 17? Let me see. Let's Google this. Oh, girl. I'll be in trouble if you left me now. I don't know where to live for love. Desarrollo sostenible. You're majoring in Spanish. Oh, wow. Dope, bro. Oh, 17 goals. This is like a thing. I never heard of this in my life, bro. Oh, United Nations. Okay. Oh. Oh. Interesting. Oh, by Dios. Let's see, what are they? Fuck is the list at, bro? God, they're making it so difficult. Oh, it's on the side. Okay. Fin de la pobreza. Hambre cero. Salud y bienestar. Educación de calidad. Igualdad de género. Agua limpia. Y saneamiento. Wow. Trabajo decente y crecimiento económico. Which one are you gonna pick, bro? This is heavy, bro. Vida submarina. Paz, justicia, instituciones sólidas. Oh, wow. Alianzas para lograr los objetivos. This is deep, bro. You're doing real stuff. Great job. I'm not helping you. I lied. I didn't know it was this deep. I mean, I will help. I don't think I can help, but I would help if I could. Which one are you gonna pick? And what is the actual, like, what's the prompt? What did they tell you to do? What do you have to write about exactly? And what you call it? Have to find a group that fights against one of them. Oh, fights to solve it. I was like, damn, who's fighting against this, bro? That's messed up. Yeah, that does sound tough. Planemula, this is a good example of learning through context, right? Some of these words I actually don't know, legitimately. But I bet you I could figure them out by the words around it. And they have like little symbols. Not very descriptive pictures. But something. Let me look for a word on here that I don't know. I remember I read one of them and I was like, what is that? Okay, number 7. Energía asequible. So I would guess that is like affordable, something close to affordable. Just because I know like affordable energy is a phrase, right? And this is a list of objectives to make the world a better place. What is something that makes the world a better place? If we can all afford energy. If I'm poor and I can't keep lights on, I can't use heat, I can't blah blah blah. Is that word exactly affordable? I don't know, but I guarantee it was close. I could Google it, but I'm not even going to, because like I said, can literally figure it out through the context. Now I'm gonna look for another word on here that I don't know. Dies, no. Okay, I guess that was the only word I didn't know. I lied. Yeah. Well, there you go. That's the same thing that you can do when you're reading a book, watching a show, something like that. I always tell people to not put the subtitles in English because it's taking a lazy way out. Like, if you can help it. If you're at a place like where you can watch something with the subtitles in Spanish, you should. If you like watching anime or something like that, watch it in Spanish. But if you put stuff in English, it's like not really different than someone speaking to you in Spanish and you reply in English. It's just lazy, not in a disrespectful way, not calling you lazy, but I'm saying it doesn't force your brain to adapt. If you start forcing your brain to adapt, it will figure out stuff. But if it doesn't have to, it won't. Like, our brains always take the easy way out. So, like I said, instead of running straight to the dictionary when you don't know something, to literally just think about the context. Look around. If I ever have to look up words, like if I really did look up that word, I would type it into Google Images. I wouldn't type it into a dictionary. If I couldn't figure it out from Google Images because there's like too many different pictures or something, and I'm like, ooh, I can't tell what this is, I would also go to a dictionary in Spanish. I would not put it into an English dictionary, not only because synonyms in English are a little bit different, but just because I can read the definition in Spanish. As a matter of fact, let me see if I could pull up a Spanish dictionary. My phone is in Spanish, but my computer isn't because this is actually my wife's computer. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of work. Spanish dictionary. Spanish dictionary. Problem is, you type in Spanish dictionary and Google gives you an English dictionary, so that's cool. Maybe I need to type in something else. Hold on a second. Espanol. I just bought a Spanish to Spanish dictionary. Spanish to Spanish dictionary. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to that guy's rap song. Not while I'm on this stream though. Okay. I'm on a dictionary. It's not actually a dictionary, it's called Word Reference. What was the word? It was what? Asequible? Asequible? I think it was asequible. Okay. The definition says, actually I'm gonna copy and paste it so you can read it yourself too. You want to see my facial reaction to it? I might play it. So, yeah, que puede conseguirse o alcanzarse, right? And actually, it says no confundir con accesible, which is a good reason to not look up stuff in English because in English it probably says accessible. Actually, I really don't know the difference between affordable and accessible, anyways. But like I said, that Spanish definition tells me what I need to know, right? I don't need to look it up in English. I can gain the definition through an explanation in Spanish. If for some reason I didn't know any of those words in Spanish either, then I would look up those words in Spanish, right? Alright, well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play a small section of it. I feel like I'm gonna get a fucking copyright strike, bro. If I get a copyright strike playing Moolah, I am blaming you. Cause I think I already got one, bro. If I lose this account, I'm not making another YouTube. I'm just gonna cry. Let's see. Put your headphones in. I don't even have headphones, bro. I'm about to play it. I'm doing it. Oh, this is a full album. I'm going to a different song. I'm going to a different song. I like the little Beethoven sample that he used though. That was. It's funny you brought up 3 6 Mafia earlier because he kind of reminds me of them. Not as good, but nah, it's not as bad as I thought either. Actually, all right, I'm not listening to no more of this. But you know, it's not the worst I've heard. He sounds like I don't know how much you know about music, Planet Moolah, but he sounds like he's in like a home studio. So you know how I got like this mic right here. Like some people record in like literally a setting like this. They're not in a booth where it's soundproofed and echo proof and the mixing on it is not great. It sounds like it's like raw, unedited, which makes a huge difference. Like a song could be trash and it could be mixed really well and the beat could be hard and you're like, okay. But it also could be good, but it's mixed like trash and the sound quality is garbage and you're just like, oh, it's just kind of hard to listen to. So I can't really judge him harshly because of the sound quality. I'm also listening to it from a laptop with no bass and stuff like that. Maybe, my phone's being propped up by my little Bluetooth speaker. Maybe tomorrow when I'm working out or something, I'll play it on my speaker and really, really give it a shot to see if I think it's good. I didn't think it was bad. Not necessarily my type of music, but you know, he's trying. He's hustling too. He got himself on the stream and promoted his music. I respect it. Can't hate on that. Planet Moolah, you got any Spanish questions tonight? You want to read again before I get off the stream? I think I'll be on here for another. Ooh, what am I at? 99 minutes. How about I'm gonna go until my battery. I'm not gonna let my battery get that low tonight. Right now it's still green. I don't know exactly what it's at, but when the little 20% thing pops up, I'll probably get off. Okay, you didn't practice. That's cool. We can read again. Quinn never came back. He said 10 minutes. I wonder if he didn't have internet again. This is Harry Potter. It's actually really hard for me to see. So, I'll read something. Let me pick a sentence. Try to pick the uh, maybe the easiest sentence right now. Okay, I'm gonna set the scene for you just a little bit, just because I know Harry Potter. Have you read Harry Potter? Or no? Have you read Harry Potter in English before I read this? Because it's gonna be a lot easier if you've read Harry Potter before. Like 20 years ago. Okay, me too. All right, I'm gonna set the scene for you. This is the beginning of the Philosopher's Stone. So Harry, he's at his uncle Vernon and Aunt Petunia's house, and he just checked the mail. Let's go sentence by sentence. I'm gonna say Harry's name with an English accent because I just don't feel like saying it in Spanish, but the rest of it I'll say in Spanish. Okay, so Harry volvió a la cocina todavía contemplando su carta. You tell me in Spanish what you think I just read. Harry volvió a la cocina todavía contemplando su carta. Su carta. I'll wait for your response. First of all, you were supposed to write it in Spanish. Second of all, kinda. So let's talk about words that I think that you didn't get. You knew how to spell carta, right? That's good. You don't know what it is. Maybe we can figure it out. You're probably not gonna figure it out from this sentence. There's no context. But maybe if I tell you the next sentence, maybe you'll be able to figure it out. So, first, before we move on to the next sentence, contemplando, contemplando. If you really think about it, that sounds like a word in English. Not fulfilling. What do you think contemplando is? First, you type it. Okay, well, never mind. You got it. So, volvió a la cocina todavía contemplando su carta. So, even without knowing carta, what is he doing? He is going to the kitchen, returning to the kitchen, thinking about his carta, which I'm not going to tell you what that is. But what we're going to do is move on to the next sentence and. Okay. Carta could be card, it could be something else. Let's see if you can figure it out. So we're talking about Harry. Entregó a tío Vernon la postal y la factura. Se sentó y lentamente comenzó a abrir el sobre amarillo. That was a lot. You might not know some of those words, but some of those words that you do know might help you guess what a carta is. Card is not 100% wrong. It's just probably not the word that you would use in English. I'll say that. Yes, letter. Exactly. And this is exactly what I mean when I say that you can get the context of stuff by continuing to read, not even just reading, because like I said, that one sentence doesn't tell you enough. It's the whole setting. It's reading the whole page where like even if you couldn't get it in the first sentence or the next sentence, stuff will keep happening and you'll say, "Oh, this has to be what I think it is." Right? The next sentence after that, I'm going to skip a little bit of stuff just so I'm going to skip a little bit of stuff just so we can talk about the sentences that kind of describe this word, right? Blah blah blah. His little cousin Dudley, right? Dudley says, "Papá, Harry ha recibido algo. He has received something. He's gotten something." If you still didn't know it was a letter, you say, "Okay, Harry got something." Then it says, "Harry estaba a punto de desdoblar su carta." You might not know what desdoblar is. You might know what doblar is, right? So, do you know what doblar is? If you don't, we can talk about it. Yes, yes, it does mean double, but what it yes, what would it mean in the context of a letter though? What is making something double? This is why I love etymology. This is why I love language learning too. It really makes you think about what words actually mean, like, and where they come from. Which part do you want me to repeat? The whole sentence? Harry estaba a punto de desdoblar su carta. You really, like I said, think about an object that you double. What? No, 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 no. Let's just talk about doblar. If I turn something into two, what ways can you turn something into two? It's actually a lot more simple than you think. It's just something that you're probably not gonna think about. I'm gonna let you think about it for a second, and then okay, cut in half. That's a good guess. In this context, no. Especially when you think. So the original word is desdoblar, right? But we're taking away the des to talk about doblar, just in case. Like I said, in this case, you don't know what doblar is in this context, so you also don't know what desdoblar is. I need something that I can do it with. Um, this is gonna be weird, but I got one, two. There's two parts now. This is folding. Doblar is to fold, right? It is double, but it's to fold. Yes, it is more advanced than where you're at right now. But usually this means to kind of like undo, take away, something like that, right? So doblar is folding. Desdoblar would be to unfold, right? So the thing is, this is I can tell this is advanced for you. That's not a problem. The thing is, with comprehensible input or like trying to learn something, you can't learn at the level that you're at. You have to learn right above it, and you know enough of these words to get something out of it. If you didn't know any of these words, we wouldn't even get to the point that we're at because you understood that he went to the kitchen. You kind of understood carta, right? Maybe, like I said, you said card the first time. It's not exactly wrong. Card is not wrong. It's just not the right word to use. It's more a letter is something that we would say. You got a letter in the mail. You could say you got a card in the mail, but that's something I would expect from someone that learned English, not someone that speaks English. So it's not as advanced as you think it is. It's not that far beyond you. You could read this. You would have to look stuff up, or you would have to read on further. But just keep in mind too, I'm also picking sentences that I think that you um, might not know. I could read you the most simple sentence on this page. Quiero leer esa carta. Quiero leer esa carta. What does that mean to you? Exactly. So, like I said, I'm picking sentences on the page to challenge you. I'm not reading the most simple thing. You would get nothing out of that. So, most of the sentences on this page you probably could read. There would be one or two words that you don't know, and you're gonna have to do some investigating, and that's fine. That's the kind of stuff that you need to read. You can't. Okay, let's put it like this. If you read something and you knew 100% of the words on the page, you just added zero to your vocabulary. Right now, you just added at least two words to your vocabulary. Now, if you want to talk about your mail, next time you talk in Spanish, you can say carta, right? If you want to talk about folding something, like your clothes or something, you could say, oh, you know what? I know the word to fold is doblar, right? So, uh, yeah, don't be discouraged by like struggling. Like that is like literally the process of learning. Like I said, if you're just breezing, if you're like, phew, I just read this whole book and never had to look up a single word, that probably was a book for 3 year olds. And to be honest, like some of those books are still hard too. So, ¿cómo se dice headphones? Audífonos. There's other words too, but yeah, officially audífonos. I can type that for you if you want. Where did I get these books? I don't know, like Amazon. Some of them I get like when I'm in Puerto Rico. I like when I'm in Puerto Rico. I like going to the bookstore because like oh shit, hold on, I never typed this word. I think I think I spelled that correctly. I'm not gonna check because I don't care that much. You get the idea. Um, yeah, I mean books they help, but like I said, nothing replaces conversation. So I could read this whole book and five other books tonight and not talk to anybody. And the next time I have a conversation, I will struggle to recall those words and they won't come out smoothly. Um, yeah, like earlier when I was reading the 17 objectives thing, when I had never seen that word, uh, I don't even remember the word now. Let me go look at it again. But this is a good example right here. You read something, but you don't use it in a conversation, it goes away. Asequible. Okay. That's the third time I've said it today. I should remember the next time. Asequible. If I read all those 17 things, yeah, the first time I say it, I've never seen the word before. I might be like, asequible, okay, okay, asequible, 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 asequible. You keep saying it. You say it in conversation. The next time I talk to my Colombian friend, maybe I'll tell him about the United Nations. Like, hey, yeah, what do you think about this stuff? And blah blah. We'll talk about it. I've used that in conversation now. It becomes easier to recall. But if you don't use stuff in conversation, it's kind of hard to think about it. I can understand Puerto Rican people. Yes. Like all I talk to is Puerto Rican people. So I might have talked about this on here before. I feel like I talked to you about this. Like it's easier for me to understand Puerto Rican people than it is to understand Mexican people because I just don't. I don't have like, besides my wife, I don't talk to very many people with Mexican accents. So the slang and just the way they say words, it kind of just, I'm not used to the rhythm of it. So I'm like, I'm always like, what? Like what? Like it's not that they're like saying it real crazy. It's just I'm just not used to it. Whereas like my barber, a lot of my friends, most of the people that I train, they're all Puerto Rican. So that slang, that way of talking, um, is just like pretty normal to me. I'm not gonna act like I understand every single person I've ever talked to, but in general, yes. I mean, if you like, if you go on my channel, um, the last time I was in Puerto Rico in December, I mean, I uploaded like, I want to say like 30 minutes of just raw footage of me talking to Ubers. Um, and yeah, some of those dudes had crazy accents, bro. Like, it's even worse when they're talking about a subject that you don't know, because then you don't know if you just didn't understand or like if you don't know what they're talking about. Like, they'll say something and you're like, what? And they say it like three times. And you're like, oh, yeah, I heard you. I just don't know what that is. Like, I'm not from here, so I don't know that place. You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, it makes sense that you're the opposite. Like, you live in Cali, you lived in Mexican. I mean, you lived in Mexico. I said Mexican. You lived in Mexico, like, or you live in Mexico. Sorry, you work in Cali. I forgot. You just told me that. So it makes sense that that will be like your norm. You know what I mean? Whereas it's not for me. So it's not like I can't understand Mexicans. I sometimes I go to this Mexican boxing gym. Like I understand, but if two Puerto Ricans were talking to each other and two Mexicans were talking to each other and they were like talking as fast as they can and with as much slang as they can, I will understand the Puerto Ricans more than I would understand the Mexicans. Do Guatemalans and Mexicans sound different or similar? They sound nothing alike, to be honest. You'll learn more about accents the more you learn Spanish. A lot of things that you, a lot of accents that you might think sound the same, like they don't sound anything alike. Um, but yeah, I think Guatemalans like in general talk pretty neutral. Like if, I think most Central Americans are like that though. Besides like, nah, I don't even know. I think most Central American accents are like fairly neutral. They might have a lot of slang, but it's not like, wow, I can't pick up any of the words. You might just be like, oh, I never heard that word before. What's this word? What's this word? Yeah, I was kind of thinking that. I don't know where you came from, but I was thinking. That's why I paused for a second. I was like, ooh, people I know from Honduras, like Salvador, like both of those. But then I was trying to think in my head, like, is it really their accents? Is it really the way they talk, or is it the words they use? It just depends. It depends. But I would say, like, in general, Central Americans have like relatively clear speech, but it's all relative. Like it depends on where you go. Like if you go anywhere that's like more poor and uneducated, it doesn't matter where you go. They're harder to understand because that's just how it is. That's how it is in this country. That's how it is in Europe. That's how it is anywhere you go. Uneducated people are more difficult to understand because like where did you come from? When did y'all come in here, bro? But yes, they are pretty cool. But yeah, just educated people tend to try to enunciate more and pronounce words like, and that's like across the board, like uh, pretty much every accent. If they usually drop the S or eat the S, as they say, if they're quote unquote educated, they will try to say it more. Depending on the country they're from, it still might sound like it's being left off, but it's still more than the person on the street. But that, like I said, that's the same in English. Like you, if you go to like inner city Atlanta, bro, like, hey, you talking about? Hey, talk like it. What you talking about? Like, they don't. You wouldn't know what they were saying unless you were from there. Um, you were gaming. What you playing? Do, 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 do. Yeah. Inner City Atlanta. Rocket League. What's that, bro? I've never heard of Rocket League. That's how you know I'm old. What is that? Actually, I'm gonna Google it. I've been Googling everything, anyways. Rocket League. Rocket League is a vehicular soccer video game developed and published. I gotta look at some pictures. Vehicular soccer game. Oh, I've seen this before. Okay, I don't know why I was thinking. I feel like I didn't know it was called Rocket League or something. That's dope. Father and kid activities. Gotta love that. I should make a video of my different impressions. Probably not, man. People always get salty about impressions. You know what? The only time I did an impression where like people didn't get salty about it. Uh, I used to do London accent impressions, like, but I wouldn't do like the tea and crumpet shit. Like, I used to do like what people in like urban London really sounded like, and I used to go crazy viral. Like, I don't know if I could post the article in here, but they did like a whole article on me. Like, it was like meet the man with the best London impression ever and stuff like that. And like, there was never anyone salty, bro. Like, it was just always people. They wouldn't believe me. They would say like, "Oh, well, this kid was obviously raised in London and he moved to America," and I would just be like, "No, bro, I'm not from London." Like, but yeah, they no one ever said anything negative about the actual impression. But I've seen other people's impression videos of different places, and people are like, "We don't all talk like that. Like that's a big generalization, and you're making fun of us and stuff like that." So I don't want any negative attention, man. I just like having fun and talking. Dave London, oh, you on a cycle? Yeah, bro, I'm on 60 cycles at once. I'll probably have a heart attack in the next 5 seconds. Still trying to get through Mike's book. Yeah, man, that's a good book. Mike Ben's a legend. You how long are you? How far are you into your Spanish journey? If you're reading his book, I'm imagining that you're a few months into a year. Can I do it right now? Ah, man, I haven't done it in so long that like I feel like I would mess it up. I used to do it like all the time, like 13 months. Okay. Oh, I just saw the other comment. Is there a video of it? Yeah, there's a video of it. You know what? Actually, like I could find it and like upload it as a short or something like that. It's on my TikTok too, actually. The original Twitter account that I used to use to post those, I got banned off of Twitter. That was like when I had like a I don't know like 20K followers or so, and yeah, they banned me, bro. Still don't know why, but I had to make a new Twitter account and everything now. But yeah, I still have the video somewhere. I know I posted it on TikTok. It's probably in my phone still. If you don't want to go search my TikTok for it. So how is your journey going in these 13 months? You feel like you're making some good progress? That was the only reason you stayed on Twitter before your hiatus. Respect. Your trip is in a month. Where are you going? And for how long? And what is that? Definitely has been some ups and downs, but the journey has been amazing. Even a super down period where I wanted to quit. That's normal, man. Even if work wasn't tough, there just comes points in the journey, man, where you're just like, is it even worth it? Like, should I keep going? There was a few times where I just felt like you just kind of feel like I don't think I can make much more progress in this. Deep down, you know you can, but you're kind of like, man, how much work am I gonna have to put in to get to another level? But it's just you shouldn't even look at it like that. You should just stay consistent and stay on the path. But yeah, no, there's definitely been multiple times where it's been like, you know what, I'm over this. I can have some basic conversations, blah blah blah. That was like a couple years ago. I literally thought about just stopping, bro. Yeah, yeah, nah, that's normal, man. And it's good to talk about it just so other people when it happens to them, they're not like, man, am I the only person this happens to? Like anyone that learns languages, everyone says the same thing, bro. There's just times where it just gets tough, man. Like, I mean, that shit still happens to me now, to be honest. Like, it doesn't literally make me want to stop, but I could like have a day where I'll only speak in Spanish, all my clients, whatever, whatever. And I have some other day, bro, where I'm just like, I don't know if I'm just tired or what, bro, but I'm just like struggling to come up with the words that I want to come up with. I'm still having the conversations, but I'm just like, that's not what I wanted to say. Like that's not I'm not like really communicating what I'm thinking. I'm just saying stuff and they're like getting half the idea, but I'm like, I could have said that better on a different day. But that happens in English too. Like if you get like 3 hours of sleep, kind of just cruising through the day, just saying random stuff, and people say stuff to you, and you're like, oh, I can't even think. Like I can't think about what you're talking about. So those days happen, and you just gotta be like, whatever. On to the next day. You know what I mean? But yes, definitely been there. Why is your dream to travel to Venezuela, bro? What is it about Venezuela that like is there something that I can Google right now, bro? Is there something on your mind that you're like, I gotta go see this thing? The world's tallest waterfall. Let me look it up. You ain't gonna be visiting that no time soon, bro. You're going to Buenos Aires for a year to study. Oh, that's cool. Quinn is not in the chat anymore. Quinn in the chat is not from Buenos Aires, but he's from Argentina. So you would have had you an Argentinian friend in here. The tallest waterfall in the world. Are you sure? Oh, okay, okay, okay. Angel Falls, 3,212 feet tall, which is over half a mile. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I mean, that's cool. I wouldn't want to risk getting kidnapped to go see it, but if I could guarantee my safety, I'd probably go check it out. My cousin went there when he worked for Pixar for the movie Up. He went to Angel Falls or he went to Buenos Aires. I'll probably hire a security guard. Here's the problem: the security guard can kidnap you too. Once you hire a security guard, they know you have enough money to hire a security guard. Oh man. Hey, so you're going to Buenos Aires. Are you practicing a Argentinian accent? Because they all speak totally different. You know, they talk about Rosell, so all of the verbs are totally different. See, the person that taught me Spanish that I originally learned from, he speaks with Rosell because they use that in Colombia too. So it's not super foreign to me. But if you are not used to it, like instead of people saying like dime, saying decime, like that's totally different. Yes, it's not its own language. It's just one form that's different. So if you, I don't know, like Planet Mula, I don't know how much Spanish you know, but you know the same way there's a difference between tú and usted, right? If I'm speaking to you in a tú form, then I'll say, you know, dime, blah blah blah, dímelo. If I use usted, dígame, right? So it's different. The command form is different. All of the forms are different. It's the same thing with el voceo, which they use Argentina, Uruguay, Colombia, actually Guatemala too, El Salvador, and a few other places. Like Central America through South America is used, but yeah, like I said, totally different. So whereas like it's different every country, but Argentina specifically and Colombia, instead of like que haces, they're gonna say que haces, you know, or instead of no te preocupes, they're gonna say no te preocupes. Like the accent is on a different part of the word, and it is actually accented. So it is different. Like the words sound different. If you're, it's like I was talking about earlier, how I said uh, like the rhythm of Mexican Spanish. Like I don't talk to Mexican people, so whenever I do talk to them, I'm like, oh man, I missed what he said, or like it's not that I don't know the words that he's saying. It's just like I'm not used to the way that they're talking. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like that. You could know, you could probably read it and get like you could understand what they were saying if you read it, but if you're used to hearing "Si me entiendes," and then you hear someone say "Si me entiendes," like it's a little bit different. It's not the same thing. Yeah, entiendes, like it's not the same word. And like I said, on some of those words, it's similar enough. Entiendes, entendes, you could probably figure it out. It's the command forms on some of those irregular ones since they don't change. Like I said, dime and decime are totally different in my opinion, anyways. Or like, yeah, just it's just different. Different rhythm of speech too. So how so vehemently reject Aved most of the time. That's an interesting observation. But yeah, You know, everyone in the world talks differently. Every country speaks their own little version of Spanish. Even if a lot of the words are the same, the rhythm is different. The words they choose are different. Um, so this is a good point. Like I said, the reason sometimes a lot of Mexicans trip me up because like a lot of the time like they might use like mirar in place of ver, right? And so like when the people that I talk to would normally say some form of the word ver, they might say mirar. It's just like it's a choice. It's a choice thing. Or this is not just a Caribbean thing. Technically, if you're a Spanish speaker, like it's probably not gonna be anything to you. It's more of like a thing for Spanish learners to get used to. But like lots of Puerto Ricans will say hubiese instead of hubiera. That's like super super normal. Like you know, ojalá hubiese sido yo. Like super normal. If you're not used to hearing that, you're used to hearing hubieras, blah blah blah. You're gonna be like, oh damn, hubiese. Why are you saying hubiese? Like you wouldn't be expecting this, so it'll catch you off guard, and that could just mess up the whole sentence. Because now you're like, what did you say, bro? Like, um, but yeah, just know who you're talking to. I got a friend from Venezuela, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. Their accents are crazy. They're just a different kind of crazy. Just, just different. They don't be pronouncing a lot of stuff, and it's super normal for them. And I be trying to tell him like, hey, bro, I'm not from Venezuela, so like, hard to understand. It depends on who you're talking to. Depends on what word they're using. Venezuelans, like I said, they got their own thing going on, bro. The way they talk is just different, bro. The slang they use different. Like that dude, the one I'm talking about, he always says sape gato, sape gato. And I'm like sape gato, what the fuck is that, bro? It's like a word they use to like express disgust. Like if I send him a video of like I don't know someone throwing up on somebody, he just reply like sape gato. I'm just like what the fuck is that, bro? Like he told me in person multiple times what it means, and I'm just like okay. I like I understand it. I'm never gonna use it, but it's just weird. Like no one else in the world says that. So if you're not prepared to hear that, you're just gonna be like, why does he keep saying something to me about gato? Sape gato. One of my teachers is from Venezuela, but he's pretty neutral since he's a teacher. Yeah. And so I mean, that's something that is cool. It's cool when you have someone that can speak neutral if they want to. Um, that's like a trap too. Like, oh, I'm glad to hear you starting on your presentation, bro. Have a good night. I'm about to get off here soon anyway. So, but I will say it's like a trap to listen. Like I've talked about this before. Like me talking on this podcast right now, or listening to someone do an episode about something. I'm not like enunciating super hard, right? But I'm trying to be understood. I don't talk like this to my friends. I talk faster. I slur my speech way more because we understand each other. I use slang because we understand each other. So I also talk to people that I don't know like this. I try to be understood because why would I have a conversation with someone and not speak at the level that they're at? So whether I'm bringing my vocabulary down or talking slower or using words that I wouldn't normally use, this is not how I talk. So a lot of times you'll have, your italki tutor or friend or, your family friend or whatever, And you guys have conversations and you're like, man, I'm getting good. And then you go to another country or you talk to someone that you don't know or you hear two people talking to each other and you're just like, why can't I understand any of this? Well, because they're not talking down anymore. They're talking how they want to talk. And so that is depressing sometimes. If you thought you were like really, really leveled up and you go somewhere else, hurts, man. It's crazy how different Colombia and Venezuela are. Yeah, they're very different, man. Again, don't want to get political, but lots of Colombians do not like Venezuelans, bro. If you think of the political situation here, if you think of how a lot of conservative people feel about a group to the south of us, that is how a lot of Colombians feel about Venezuelans. Like, but way worse, like, in my opinion. They say some pretty violent stuff, and I'm like, hey, they're human beings though. Like, but like, not my friend. No, it's not that they're poor. It's because like I told you, the economic situation there is really bad. So they're always fleeing upwards. They go to Colombia first, and a lot. And this is tough because they're fleeing something. They don't have money and stuff. So yeah, like they're more likely to commit crimes. But what happens when you live somewhere and people come from somewhere else and commit crimes? You start saying these people come here and they rob us and they kill us, and that starts leading to serious hate. Uh, is every Venezuelan like that? No, of course not. Like that's insane. But you can't tell someone that that's living in a situation where like I said, it's like flocks of them, bro. Even in the United States, like I could pull up an article right now. I just actually saw an article like last week about how many Venezuelans have fled to New York. We have like some kind of government assistance program for any Venezuelans that make it up there, and it's a lot. And I don't have a problem with it, but I know people in different places that have problems with it. But like I said, it becomes a Venezuelans are doing this type of thing. Like they, even in Mexico, bro. I've read some articles where like Mexicans were complaining about Venezuelans being lazy. It's just weird, bro. It's some weird thing they have going on. Like Venezuelans are kind of like I don't have a good word, but just like it seems like every country is like uh, picking them to say negative things about. Like you won't hear a lot. Like actually, Argentine people from Argentina talk negatively about Mexicans a lot, but most of the time you don't hear countries or people from countries saying like the people from this country are lazy or they're criminals or something like that. But lots of people will say that about Venezuelans. Like I said, obviously that's not true. Um, but like I said, certain situations have made it seem that way to these people, and that's just what it is. But yes, there's a problem in Colombia that you if you watch when your Spanish maybe gets better, I could send you some videos, or I could send them anyways if you want. There's some videos where Venezuelans talk about how they try to change their accents because when people hear the Venezuelan accent, they automatically uh, start thinking negative things. So they start trying to disguise their accents, neutralize their accents so that they could lie and say they're from somewhere else, or they try to sound Colombian, stuff like that. So it's pretty deep, man. It's pretty crazy. But that's one of the things that happens when you learn another language. You can start reading the news, listening to the news in other languages, and get different perspectives about life and stuff like that. Um, that you're probably not gonna get in like quote unquote United States news because why does the United States care about relations between Colombia and Venezuela? You know what I mean? Forgot to say I still couldn't find decent comprehensible input, so I just binge food channels and Twitch to compensate. I would say that is comprehensible input though. I was telling Planet Moolah that earlier, like stuff that's slightly above what you can comprehend is like what you need. If you know a lot about food, but you're gonna hear a bunch of words from high level chefs that you might not know. Like I was watching, I can't think of what it's called. Iron Chef. Yeah, Iron Chef. I was watching Iron Chef Mexico. Bro, I didn't know like 50% of those words. I probably wouldn't know them in English either, but I'm like, okay, like, you know what I mean? Like, the only word I know in English in the kitchen is like chop, dice, fillet. So of course, like I don't know any of those words in Spanish either. Like any of those words that I don't know, I also don't know them in Spanish. So I was watching Iron Chef Mexico, and I was like, bro, I can't keep up, bro. Like I don't know what they're talking about. Um, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, yeah, you can also, like I said, it's you're still getting exposure to the language, like even if it's not exactly uh, advanced for you. I mean, still, the fact that you're hearing it over and over again might make you more comfortable with it. You know what I'm saying? So I still think it's good. Let me check what percentage my battery's on before this shit cuts off. I did not check my battery. How do I? Oh shit. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do like 3 to 5 more minutes. Unless you guys have something incredibly interesting you want to talk about. But I feel like the conversation is dwindling down anyway, so I don't feel like this is a crazy spot to get off. But yeah, let's talk until my battery gets to about 10%. It's almost there. But yeah, that's interesting that you're gonna be in Buenos Aires for a year. When are you going? I kinda wanna make a trip out there. I kinda wanna visit. So I might visit at the same time that you're out there. If we're gonna be there for a whole year. Do I think Puerto Rico should be a state? I think that's not really my business. That's a huge debate for them. And actually, on that compilation of videos that I posted when I was in Puerto Rico, I pretty much asked every Uber that, and almost all of them say absolutely not. They don't want to be a state, but they don't want to be independent either. They don't want to get cut off from the United States. So, but yeah, like I said, it's not my business. I don't live in Puerto Rico. I'm not Puerto Rican. And like I said, that's like the center of their politics. Like that's what their politicians run on. Like either I'm gonna get a statehood or I'm gonna make sure we never become a state. So it's like a huge debate over there. 1 month from now. That's cool, man. Hopefully I visit while you're out there. When I was there, did it feel really poor? No. Um, it depends on where you go. I went to some poor spots on purpose, but there's really, really rich parts of Puerto Rico, bro. Like, I mean, it's literally called Rich Port. It's named Rich Port. But like yeah, San Juan, like that whole like Condado area, like where all the tourists go, bro. It's not poor. It's it's on par with like Seattle. Like when we go to restaurants, I'd be like, damn, the bill's $140, bro, for these two steaks, a dessert and two drinks, $140, bro. That's crazy. So like yeah, no, Puerto Rico's not like traveling to Colombia or Venezuela or something where like your dollars are worth something. No, bro. Like the sales tax 11%, gas is the same price. It's it's the same. Now what does happen is like I said, the places that I went, if you like look at the some of the videos I posted like where we went to like Yauco and like the southwest of the island, those places it would be cheaper because it wasn't tourist destinations. They're like places that are a little bit poorer. But that's not any different than our own country. Like in Seattle, a hotel, gas, all of that stuff is more expensive than if you go to like bumfuck Nebraska or something like that because nobody lives there, bro. So it's not it's the same thing. The rich part of Puerto Rico is really rich and the poor part is really poor. Hotels are expensive too. We did Airbnb, but the Airbnb wasn't crazy expensive, but like I said, I would put that on par with like here, like $100 a night or something, $80, and depending on where you want to stay. If you want to stay in a fancy Airbnb, it's gonna be more than $100. If you want to stay like in a regular neighborhood in San Juan, where like you're not like next to tourists, maybe you might get something cheaper. Depends on what you want to do, man. But no, Puerto Rico is part of the United States. It's not South America or something like that. Like there's like you're using dollars, so there's no currency exchange. Like it's not poor. It's not poor like that. There's poor people there, but Puerto Rico is not poor. Those poor people are just struggling in the country. Like you said, a lot of them are below the poverty line, just like here. But you wouldn't say the United States is poor. Like we just have a lot of poor people here. So I'm using it as a lifestyle change as well. Gym cooking. Oh yeah, that's super dope. I'm thinking about moving to Puerto Rico or Colombia, um, and that will be the best part for me too. Like actually like having walkable places and stuff. That's like one of the things about Puerto Rico. Like bro, they don't have no extra large shirts. Like they don't have shirts like this size because everyone's like walking around the island and stuff. There's not very many big people. So I had to so I always buying like the biggest shirt and it still was like squeezing me, bro. I'd be like, damn, I can't even get no like tourist shirts. Uh would you say most of them speak English? Yeah. Like that would be worse. That's the worst thing if you're trying to work on your Spanish and you go to Puerto Rico. Everyone there speaks English in the tourist spots. Everyone in the tourist spots like speaks fluent English, even if it's with a heavy accent or something. Like you're not gonna go anywhere and they're gonna just be like, "Oh, sorry, we don't speak English." Like no, like they're raised bilingual, so they've been speaking English their whole lives, and because of that, if you struggle with your Spanish even a little bit, they're gonna start talking to you in English. Like, well, they're probably gonna talk to you in English in the first place because they like speaking English. Um, and you're just never gonna get Spanish again. So actually, like again, on those videos that I uploaded, it had nothing to do with me. Like I said, they just like speaking English. Sometimes I'll get in the Uber, I'm speaking to them in Spanish, and they respond to me only in English, and I'm like doing a line of questioning, bro. There's like 10 questions in a row, like, what do you think about this? Do you want this? Blah blah blah. And they're like, well, yes, I like that. I would hope that this and they do the whole conversation in English. The same way you want to practice Spanish, they want to speak English. That's fine. But yeah, everyone in Puerto Rico speaks English unless you go to like Yauco, like these places that are not tourist spots. Like I said, we went to places that were not tourist spots just to check out certain things. They're not speaking English out there. They're like in the country. But yeah, that's what I miss too. Walking to places. Yeah, man. Walking in the heat actually sucks, but not being able to walk sucks even more. I don't really want to walk to places, but I like having the option and just, like, you can't walk anywhere in the United States, bro. Like, unless you're on like a college campus or something, there's a highway blocking everything. Like, you always need to Uber somewhere or take a car or something. Like, this place is not walkable. It's just not. You have to be like in the middle of a city, and even then, like, it's still pushing it. It's just not built to be like walkable. It's just like a big intersection of highways, bro. Just everything is a highway that leads to another highway. So, San Francisco's a walkable city. Never been there. I believe it though. I believe it. But yeah, I just mean in general, the United States is not walkable. Like other places, like you literally can literally walk everywhere. Even if it took a long time, you could walk everywhere. Like to get out of where I'm at, like there's literally a highway right here, and it's like this too. So for you to cross the highway, you gotta you have to wait till the cars are done. You gotta run across. Like no one's trying to do that, bro. Like nah, there's no walkways. This is a good live stream. My last couple live streams have been good, man. It's been real interactive. Been picking up a couple new people every time too. Got some consistent people in here, so I mean, as long as people show up and people talk, I'll keep doing these. I enjoy this. So, Planet Moolah, I'm gonna get you another book next time. No, my channel is not monetized. I think I need like you need like 4,000 watch hours or something. I think the last time I checked, I don't even think I was at 3,000, bro. Like, it's actually quite a bit of watch time to monetize. I have whatever the subscriber amount is, but I also don't care. Like, um, I think maybe the only thing that would be cool is like I've seen people that whenever your channel is monetized, like when you're on a live stream like this, there's a little option for people to like donate $1, $5, whatever. I think that would be cool, but I don't really care about like making videos and like getting paid for it like that because I'm probably not gonna do that unless I like lived in another country and it was easy to like make uh I don't know, like Spanish content, like yeah, like just walking to regular places, just speaking Spanish, just so people have access to more conversations in Spanish or something. I would do that, or just live stream in and like if I lived in Colombia, I would just live stream like this, but maybe like walk around or something, talk to people or some shit like that. I don't know, but actually like making actual content videos and trying to like do that as a income or something. Like, it's not. It's just not. It's just not me. But yeah, one day maybe. But look at this old book that I found. Um, and I found a couple more too. So I will. Maybe next time we'll read those. Hey, Spanish with Nate. Yeah, I think the last thing I saw, I didn't actually watch the video, but he said he moved to Mexico. So he already had crazy subscribers. His shit's about to just boom now because his Spanish is crazy. His videos are great content too. So do I use the VA? No, I don't use the VA for anything at all because they suck and they're slow, and I just decided I'm good. Don't need them. So, oh man, yeah, yeah, exactly. I I like watching random people just like there's this dude I used to watch, man. He actually like lives in Seattle now too. I was stalking him on Instagram, bro, because he stopped posting videos on YouTube. But his name was like Marshall Powell or something like that, and he lived in Colombia, and he would live stream like this every day. He would walk around Colombia talking to people. He would take like salsa lessons and like just set up his camera and like you could just watch him daily, bro. And he just stopped posting videos one day, bro. And I'm like, where's this dude at? It's been like 6 months. So I followed the links. I'm like typing his name in and stuff. See him on Instagram, just living his life in Seattle, bro. And I'm like, really, bro? Get back on YouTube and speak Spanish. But I don't know what happened. I think maybe just because he doesn't live in Colombia anymore, he's like, I don't have content. But, bro, he does not make YouTube videos anymore. Like, whatever his last video was, never even posted something to say, like, I'm done making YouTube videos. He just stopped, bro. And I'm like, damn, that's insane. Like, I'm not entitled to his life or nothing like that, but I'm like, wow, bro. I was looking forward to watching your videos. You gonna do that to me, bro? Um, if I lived in Colombia, I would probably live in Cali just because that's where my friend lives at, and like a bunch of other people I know. Um, I don't really care for. I don't really care for the other. I'm not gonna say I don't care for them, but I don't know enough about the other places, and there's too many Americans that go to the other places. Like, nah, whenever something starts becoming like a tourist hotspot, I'm like, nah, I'm not trying to go there, man. I don't want to move to Seattle 2.0. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I moved there, I would like to just like be a part of that culture and chill out. And my wife wants to live there. Yeah, she says she's cool with it. And like a certain someone we know, yeah. Yeah, that's what happens, man. You get invested and you think they're gonna keep posting, and they're just like, "Yeah, I don't have any content. Sorry." That is literally the reason I started doing these live streams. The first couple were kind of rough because there wasn't many people on it, but I knew that I was not gonna keep up my content creation because I literally was like at the end of my rope, bro. I'm like, it's been more than 2 years now, so I'm not gonna keep doing like Spanish updates. I'm like, I've posted like full conversations. Like, okay, y'all know I can speak Spanish. I'm not gonna do like 2 years, 6 months, 2 years, 7 months. Like, it's all the same now. So I was done with that. I'm like, I don't want to make like beginner Spanish learning videos. Like, pretty much everyone that maybe has like grown with my channel is beyond very beginner stuff. Um, So yeah, I was just running out of stuff, man. I'll have some ideas like for shorts still, like gym terminology. Um and yeah, like if I am somewhere in like Puerto Rico or something, I can still do the Uber stuff. But like in my daily life right now, bro, I go to work, I come home, I'm like, I got nothing. Oh, I mean, I got and that's why I started the series too, like Cosas que tú no sabías, right? I started making that series because I'm like, okay, this is cool. I could make a full video in Spanish talking about stuff that people don't know. Which that reminds me, I haven't made one in a few weeks, so I probably will do that tomorrow. But even that, like, they're real short videos. I'm like, I got to do something else, or else I'm gonna just stop posting on my channel. So I started doing these lives, and it turned out to be really cool. So I'm gonna keep doing these. You know, you watch some of my videos about self improvement, which were good ideas. Yeah, but even those, I make videos when I get inspired by something that someone asks me or something that someone says. It's not usually that I'm just like washing dishes or something and I'm like, I'm gonna make a video about procrastination. It's not like that. It's like someone's like, hey, how do you stop procrastinating? And I'm like, I'll make a video about it. Thanks for asking. So even these live streams, this will help me make videos because y'all are talking to me, asking me questions, and it might be something you say in here like, okay, like this person wants to know about this or they struggle with this. I'll make a video about it. So yeah, just like I said, I was running out of ideas, man. So I think I'll have some good ideas coming up, and if not, I'll just keep doing live streams, bro. I'll be like a streamer, except not a streamer. I'm on YouTube and not Twitch. So yeah, man, we're gonna keep it going. Do what we can. All right, I've been on here for 166 minutes. This is kind of insane. Could I write that one guy's name for you? What one guy? I will do that. That'll be the last thing I do before I get off. I seen that one about the guy who says he can't get women, but you said he needs to work on himself. Oh yeah. Oh, the Seattle guy, Marshall. That might not be his channel name though. Let me hold on a second. Let me Marshall Powell. Okay, it's Powell with two L's. I messed that up. Marshall Powell. I'm actually gonna put his actual ad in here. It might actually just let you. Hold on. First, let me see if he made a new video. I got hope. Let me see. Nope. 1 year ago. And you know what? His last video is why these two teens fled Venezuela. He was and I think that was another reason I was so invested. It was like he was like at the border of Colombia, helping these like Venezuelan refugees when they were fleeing the country and stuff, and he was working on his Spanish, and they were telling him stories. They were talking about how they were mistreated, how blah blah blah, and I'm like, man, this is good stuff he's doing. And like whenever I watch people like that, I donate to them because they're helping people. That makes me donate even more money. There's this lady I follow in Colombia. Yeah, he's white. There's a lady I follow in Colombia. Her YouTube channel is Afro Guajira, and she was in La Guajira. She was like literally just doing like a tour of the neighborhood, and she was like, yeah, this guy right here, he like carries, or he like, it was like washing machines. He like carries washing machines to blah blah blah. He has 6 washing machines. He charges people, but his washing machines are broken. And I literally was just like, yo, how much does it cost to repair all 6 of his washing machines? And she was like, oh, it would be, I think she said it was like $90 or $100 or something. And she was like, if people would donate like $5-10 a piece, we could probably. I was like, yo, what's the PayPal? I sent $100 like instantly because like, yo, this dude was carrying washing machines, bro. He was like loading the washing machine up on his back and like walking up a hill and shit. I'm like, bro, oh hell no. I'm like, that's crazy. Like people are working out here, bro. So I'm like, I just sent it, bro. I love stuff like that. So it was like the same for Marshall. Marshall was helping these migrants, letting them tell their story on camera and stuff like that. So yeah, and he had a monetized channel. So I just get on, super chat, send $20, like, even if he wasn't like giving it to them specifically, like it was kind of like a thank you for the content, you know what I mean, and like a go get yourself something to eat or something like that. I know he's getting paid off of YouTube too. He was getting views, but still, like I said, I like to support people when I can because you never know, man. You never know if they're gonna stop making content because they don't feel supported or something like that. If I could talk to that dude, I would tell him like, bro, you could have came back to Seattle and made content, and people would have kept watching, bro. You didn't have to just stop, like. But what can I do? But he has enough content for you to be entertained for a while, man. For a while. But yeah, this has been a productive chat, y'all. You needed that. Thanks. Yeah, happy to hear that, man. Yeah, maybe next time I get on, we could talk about. I've seen a lot of his videos. I can't say I've seen all of them, but that would be a good topic of conversation, right? So it's been a while since I watched him, but he was a dope dude, man. He like I said, he would take salsa lessons. He was an English teacher out there while he was out there. Um, he would walk around different cities and stuff like that. I know he originally wanted to get out of there because the protests started happening there, and of course that was getting bad, and he was getting scared, and he was like, "Should I go? Should I stay?" And he had not fled. He left to Mexico for a while, went back, but then he just left. I think he might have, I think he might have got spooked by those protests and the stuff the police were doing. I think, like I told you before, Planet Moolah, like when you're dealing with other countries, especially if they're like on the brink of like some kind of financial collapse, like you, you just think about your life in America and you're like, I'm good. But in these other countries, you're not good. Like things could go real bad, like real quick. Like there can be takeovers, you know what I mean, of like the actual presidential office and stuff like that. So like I think after all his years of living there, the police protests happened, and I think he was just like, yo, I could be in danger. I could not be able to get back home because that's what happened. He tried to leave, all the roads were blocked, and they shut the airports down. They're like, no, and he realized like he was stuck, like legitimately stuck, and it's like, uh, someone was like getting their ass beat by the police. It's not funny. It was just funny that, like I said, all this stuff was happening. He was like, "Oh my God, I'm in another country, bro. Like no one can save me." Like, so the police started tear gassing the place up, and he had to like hit the floor. And he's like, "Yo, guys, like, I'm about to cut the live stream off because like they're doing this, that, and the other, and like I'm actually scared." And like, I was like, "Yeah, bro, you're in Colombia. Like, you're not in Seattle." So I think there might have been a little bit of a wake up call for him. Unfortunately, like I said, I like this content. It's a cool dude to me. Maybe he'll make content again one day. So, what was going on in Colombia? It was a protest about taxes. Um, yeah, I mean they're cool, but like I said, when you're talking about, it's not even just other countries. We have the same thing here, right? We have protests. It's just generally, we fear our police enough to stop protesting when anything bad happens. Whereas, like, that might not be the case. They might fight harder in other countries. They might not. But, yeah, anyways, there was a lot of protests happening and they shut the roads down and they shut the airports down. So you couldn't go anywhere. Like, you were legitimately stuck. It didn't matter who you are, like, or it didn't matter who you were. He was stuck somewhere he didn't want to be at the time, and he was like, "Yo, I gotta get out of here." But yeah, it's like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I'm sure there's a lot of cities that are worse than Colombia's cities, but like I said, the difference is if something happened right now, I could drive to another city. If something happens in Colombia, I can't leave. You know what I mean? Like, um, you might say, whatever, it's the same thing. Kinda. Kinda. Yeah. I mean, yeah, crime happens everywhere, protests happen everywhere. Like I said, just a little different feeling at home when stuff like that is happening and knowing where to go and knowing where to not to go versus being in a country that you didn't grow up in. You don't know who's who. That can be scary, man. If like some civil unrest is happening, you're like, Is the government gonna come slaughter this entire town? Not saying that happens in Colombia, but I am saying it did happen before. You know what I mean? Like some other like yeah, countries in South America, sometimes they have like real stuff that happens. Like there is corruption here. Some of the corruption that happens in South America is on a totally different level. Some like like everyone knows in Mexico and in these South American countries and stuff, you can literally pay the police. Not even like, oh, you were doing something and you can pay the police to get out of it. It's like you were doing nothing. If you don't pay me, you're going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a friend. He sent me videos when he was in a Mexican jail. He was like, bro, they said we were drunk and they said if we don't have $200 to give them, we're going to jail. Um, and yeah, they took him to jail. So like yeah, we have corrupt cops and stuff like that. We have corrupt politicians, but like I said, sometimes the level of corruption is just different. Like widely accepted corruption, like this is just how it is. All right, Quinn, have a good night, bro. Um, yeah, just a little bit different. My friend in Colombia, like it's accepted that they're going to look through his mail if it has electronics. Like it's not like something suspicious, and so they need to look at it to make sure this, that, and the other. It's like no, like they're gonna look at it and they're gonna say, hey, if you want your new iPhone, I sent him my iPhone, my old one when I got a new one, and he was like, hey, they're charging me this much to get the phone, and I'm like, oh no no no, you're good, bro. Like I sent it first class, whatever, all the extra stuff so that it would get there in the shortest amount of time possible. It should cost me like $170 to ship it, bro. And he's like, yeah, 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 but like the guy's like, oh, I don't know, maybe customs. Is that who would take care of that? Whatever. Yeah, he's like, these guys are saying they'll give it to me if I give them $60. I'm like, the fuck? Tell them no. Then they won't give me the phone. What the like? Imagine that happening to you in the United States, bro. Like you order something from Amazon, and like the Amazon workers just like, hey, you want your package? Give me $50, bro. You'd be like, yo, eat a dick. No, you can report them, but like, no, not in Colombia. Or like even so, he just got a visa because he's trying to come here. I'm trying to get him to come out here soon. And his appointment date was for January of like 2025 or 2026 or something. And I'm like, what? So you're not gonna ever fucking be able to come? And he's like, oh no, I just gotta find blah 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 and pay him $110 or so, and I can get an appointment in the next month. Like you just pay. How did I meet him from weightlifting? Um, yeah, he's like a multi-time Pan American champion. He was a really good weightlifter. But when I met him, I didn't really speak Spanish, and so we just like great lift. It's like can't really talk to each other. He knows English, but limited. Probably his English was probably the same level as my Spanish. So we like did what we could. The rest of it was like translations from Google and stuff. And you're like something's off about this, but whatever. It's the message is good enough. But then actually, when everything got shut down, Colombia was getting. They didn't like how we got stimulus checks and unemployment and stuff. He was getting zero, bro. They just had to like try to find a way to survive. And I was like, yo, like how about like we just talk on the phone, like on Skype or whatever, and like you teach me Spanish, and then I'll just send you money like as a teacher. And so that's what we started doing. And we still do that to this day, bro. I still talk to him on Skype like 3 times a week or so. Just we didn't really talk about anything anymore. It's like literally talking to like my best friend or my brother on the phone, like literally talking about nothing, bro. We're just on Skype, like, yo, what'd you do today? Oh, for real? That's cool. You heard about this? Yeah, that shit was crazy. But like, before it was like more structured lessons, and we'll say like, okay, if you go to a restaurant, how are you gonna order? And if you do this, but like at like this point, it's just it's kind of like the conversation that we're having. And then if I get to like some kind of topic I don't know, then it's like, oh shit, we got something we can actually work on. Like, and he'll be like, this is how you would say this if you were trying to explain that. And I'll be like, all right, cool. Happens less frequently now, but say like a year ago, it happened a lot more often. If I was trying to explain something, I think the toughest part about speaking another language is like trying to connect pieces in a story. It's not so hard to say like one sentence, but when you're trying to talk about someone telling you something that someone else said about this person, and you're like, oh, like, me dijo que, oh, wait. And you're just like, hold on. She told me. And then you're like, but no. But she asked me. And you're just like, ah, fuck, I can't think of how to say it. So that's like the toughest part to me, anyways. So I used to kind of struggle with that. If I was telling a story, I just would like confuse myself in the middle of it. I'm like, who even told me what, bro? I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. So, all right, y'all. It's 10:45. I said I was gonna get off here a long time ago. I've been out here for almost 3 hours. This is insane, but I love it. We'll be back. I'm gonna say possibly tomorrow. Um, Boxing is on tomorrow, so I definitely won't be on as early as I was tonight. But if I get on, if, like right now it's 10:50, I'll probably get on like 8:50, 9 o'clock or something. So I won't fucking do a 3 hour stream, that's for sure. But I think I'm gonna be on tomorrow, even if only for like an hour or something like that. So be on the lookout. Appreciate y'all, and I will talk to y'all another time. Have a good night, y'all.